never cooked before I got married. Even after I got married, 3 years no cooking. Suddenly one day my mother-in-law decides to go to US. There's nobody in the house to cook. So I was like, okay, let me make some potato bhaji. But when I ate it, I realized it was horrible. And had to throw it for the crows to eat, but the crows also refused to eat it. Just before the lockdown, I started this brand Eyes for my mother. She's making pickles. And I'm telling her, stop distributing it amongst the relatives, we'll sell this. And she made quite some money. So the next year, we got pre-orders. She said, no, I can't work so hard. So I said, okay, now what do I do? So then my mother-in-law, she said, I'll teach you. During the lockdown, she would sit idle, I would sit idle, and then we would like kind of explore more and more in terms of forgotten recipes. As I started getting deeper into it, she also started getting deeper into it, like, trying to figure out the forgotten recipes. And initially it was just about, the typical Goan fish curry rice and, small things here and there. Our ancestors and our mothers, they had all these knowledge. It was a thing that you do every day. You buy fresh fish, you come back, you cook. When I'm saying that I am putting in that effort to go and buy that fresh fish and then come and cook, you should first of all know how to buy the fish, right? So my mother-in-law had taught me, when you buy fresh fish, the best way to retain the taste and the freshness of it is to add sea salt to it. And this has been my practice. Whenever I buy fish, immediately I take sea salt and I put it in it. And then of course, then I come and then I wash it, I clean it and then I wash it again. But the taste remains. So most of my pop-ups which happen at the farm here doesn't have a menu. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow in my life. So how can I plan a menu which is, I want to eat this. I would rather let it be and let universe decide for me. I don't want to, plan anything. So the best way is to just let it be and let's see what comes to you. I think, and that's the way, so you stand at the shore and let the boats come to you and see what comes to you. Goa is privileged with so many options of fishing, which is one is sea, river and backwaters. Yeah, basically it's therapy for me. When I go to the beach and then I wait for the boats to come to the shore, and I also want to get surprised. I don't want to see the same fish every time. I want to see what's coming in and then get excited about it. I had no intentions to buy it, but when you see it, you can't resist it. It's like so fresh, he's just caught it. So I would rather, come and make something out of it. So that's how our grandparents used to do, no? They would go to the market, see what is available, and then depending on that, the menu was decided. It was not decided on saying that, I feel like eating mackerel today. It was more on the availability and whatever they found locally. Now I know how to buy fish. Of course, I make potato bhaji. Crows now also like my potato bhaji. So I belong to this community called Goud Saraswat Brahmin. In Goa, it's also called Goud Saraswat or GSP. We also believe that our ancestors lived near the ancient Saraswat river in the north. where the community ran out of vegetarian food since they were vegetarians then and began eating fish to survive. So later on, most of the community moved to the coastal places since fish was easily available there. It became a normal part of our food and culture. So we also have, like, we call them Adve and Ube. It's the way you put the chandan, horizontal and vertical. So basically, one of them is a follower of Vishnu and the other is a follower of Shiva. The Vishnu followers are no garlic, no onion, and the Shiva followers, put a little bit of prawns in it, anything, then they'll have onion or, that kind of a thing. My mother-in-law was a Vishnu follower and my mother was a Shiva follower. So she would take pumpkin and she would make it with no garlic, no onion, with sugar cane in it. Whereas my mother would take the same pumpkin and put dried prawns in it. It's like completely two different flavors, but with the same vegetable. I was lucky to have my both mothers following two different gods. See, I do meet a lot of people when in terms of guests, but I think my best, something that helps me in my culinary journey is when I meet the local people, like my vegetable vendor, and fisherwoman, and with the Kunbi tribal community. So their style of cooking, like they do no oil cooking. I think it's very interesting because they are, also trying to preserve their recipes and culture. So Goa's food has always been rooted in rice and ragi. For the tribal communities, millet were never a trend. They have always been a way of life. In Goa, the Kunbis, one of the oldest communities, have grown millets for generations. Along them, they cultivate their own traditional rice with food shaped by the forest, the rain, and the rhythm of the season. It is a knowledge passed from, seed to seed, from hand to hand, quietly lasting beyond time and trends. More the communities work together, it's better because all my ingredients come from the tribal Kunbi community. Even the jaggery. So it's as pure as, it doesn't have chemicals, it doesn't have any of that. I love interacting with people. This is the rice puris or rice vadas, what we call in Goa. This is the chirko, the local name. This is the ripe banana fry. This is the fish that we caught today, red snapper. This is the other fish that we caught today. It's a mix of fish. The state fish is there, sheuto, stuffed mackerel, kovan papads, papadaachi kismore. This is the kingfish suke. This is the pumpkin and sugarcane sabzi. This is the potato bhaji, my grandmother's recipe. This is akur, mangrove fern, prawns. This is kalva che tonak, which is oyster curry with potato. This is the fish that we caught today, Indian sardine. These are the pickle made by me, mango, chili and the bimli pickle. This is the pineapple karam. This is the chicken shakuti with pre-laid eggs. This is the red rice that I get it from the Kunbi community. This is the local kidney bean usur. This is the digestive soul curry with garlic flavor. I love when I cook with so much of effort. And you see people responding, I like to see smiles on them. And I think the best way to get into people's heart is through the stomach. Whatever my mothers have taught me as a traceable history of, of recipes of 200 to 250. So when I'm aware of this, I would rather document it. Going back when I'm correcting my recipes right now when I'm cooking and I feel like it needs a little more tamarind or it needs a little more salt or it needs a little more hing, is because I go back towards how my grandmother used to cook and I'm like, oh, like she does it like that. Pickle for me is emotions of ancestrals, basically it's an emotion. Whether it's sweet, whether it's the chili pickle that I make, whether it's my grandmother's, the red masala thing. It's like you're having a meal and you put a little bit, it's like basically adding happiness to your life, to your plate basically. I'm rewriting a book, a diary that I started writing in 2003. Just trying to, kind of documenting so we don't lose, like at least somebody has done it. So I'm rewriting that book and I'm now writing it with details how my mother-in-law taught me, like smaller details, what to consider and which ones, like that kind, which fish to eat during which time of the year, or which vegetables are available, like if you buy a bamboo shoot, which layer you should use for what, all that kind of a thing. So I've made diagrams in that. So I was just doing my graphic design, which is, I had a studio. I never thought I'm going to be a home chef. It's because I wanted to start something for my mother. Then eventually after a year, my mother said she doesn't want to do it. And then I got into it. There was a point where I was doing both, graphic design and this. But then I said, let's see where both the things take me. And I don't want to really think on it. So there was no plan as such. It was just probably God's, kind of path for me. The knowledge that what a fisherman gave me was, I was asking him, how do you know where to put the net? So he said, wherever the birds sit, that's where I put the net. So we found the spot and then we put the net and we got a lot of fish. And it's so interesting, as a thank you, they give it back to the birds. I've realized that there is a lot of respect, which I don't, like somewhere I feel we as people have lost it, but there are people who are still following it. So when I come back like that, I think when I cook a meal with that kind of a positive, obviously my food has to taste good. I think so. Even after my formal separation, my mother-in-law's love for me never changed. We shared a beautiful and a meaningful journey together, one that I now continue on my own. I feel her presence every time I step into the kitchen, guiding me through recipes, and that's the beauty of it.